Hello everybody, welcome to Crafty Soup. My name is Misty. Last week when I did my SCT sampler kit unboxing video, I teased you that I would have a double page layout with this kit, and that is what I have for you today. The subject of this layout is all about why I love Load, and that is the Layout a Day challenge hosted over at scraphappy.org. And if you don't know what that challenge is, I will have links for you in the description. So I have got these 15 photos as well as a bunch of journaling to get done on this layout. And if you stick around to the end of the video, I have one more photo that I'm going to tuck on this layout in an interactive element and show you how to make that interactive element fit in a page protector. To get started, I am going to break my photos apart into groupings that are going to be journaled, numbered and journaled about each area, and 10 reasons why I love Load. Those giant number stickers from this kit are going to be used to number the photos, and then I am using the calendar elements of the supplies, which actually are all from Simple Stories, and I'm going to highlight each month that Load happens throughout the year. So we've got February, June, May, and October, and I'm going to use those cards to start building my photo clusters. And then for that upper cluster, I cut apart the dates part of the month journaling card, and I'm going to punch those little circles out for each number that I need for my journaling. So the big sticker number will go on the photos, and the corresponding journaling will have a little matching number out of that punched calendar card. So I've got the bones of my layout going, and here I am deciding on my journaling block, or my title block rather. And because this kit had these beautiful dies in it, I wanted to make sure that I incorporate those. While I was working on that, all my little bits and pieces were starting to shift on me, and I knew I didn't want to lose them, so I'm using this trick of a piece of washi tape to hold down all of those parts so that they don't get lost and shift on me. Okay, once I got my die cutting done, I was sure to use pattern papers that had nice contrast so that each layer would be easy to see on this layout. And then I'm going to build up my title block around this chipboard frame from Simple Stories, and I want to make sure that each element on that chipboard frame, the flowers and the tab and stuff, are showing. As I shift back to my journaling here, I knew I didn't have enough spots, so I did go and cut apart a couple more journaling cards, and then I decided I didn't like the way having 3 journaling cards on the layout was looking, so I did cut apart each little kind of tab element of those cards and lined them up in rainbow order, and then I decided they were getting too long, so I wanted to shift them to be more of a block side-by-side journaling. So with that in place, I did use some more washi tape to hold them down so that they wouldn't shift around on me, and that will come in handy again a little bit later. So with those things settled, I do move back to my title block here, and like I said, I was sure to make sure I could see every bit of the layers there. I did pull out a sticker book from Simple Stories that is more alphabets so that I could finish the title of my journaling, and then I'll decorate it up a little bit more later. Because these photos span a couple of years of this Layout a Day challenge, I did want to make sure I dated each photo or group of photos so that I had that detail on there. And because I've been doing Load for years now, that is definitely part of the story, and I love Load because I keep doing it. So I am solidifying my photo clusters on the other side of the layout, and then I'm ready to start decorating it up a little bit. And I'm trying to use up bits and pieces that I've trimmed or cut off here and there as I go as design elements here so that it helps balance this pattern paper there up with that pattern paper over there, and so forth. And I'm trying to decorate up each little photo cluster without getting too repetitive, and also trying to make each, because all these clusters are tight together, I am trying to make each cluster have an individuality to it with the decorations and the colors of the mats and so forth, so that they still read as their own cluster but also work as a whole. Now here I am getting my journaling stuck down, and another bonus of that washi tape is that you can have a whole cluster of elements together that act as one piece for adhering them all down. With that in place, it is a quick job to add my little journaling number spots here, just a dab of glue on each area and a little pair of tweezers to get them off the washi tape easily and quickly. And then I've got all of my journaling block ready to go. I did have 11 things cut out, which was actually a mistake, but it gives me an opportunity for a final little bit of journaling, and I put a heart there instead of a number. And I move on to final touches. So I love to do pin work on my layouts. I doodle a border all the way around the edges. I like to outline big elements like photos because that helps them pop more. And if you noticed on my title earlier, I did outline the hearts on that title, again, because it helps it give it a little more pop. And now I'm just throwing on extra stickers and bits and pieces to help build up the mood of each journaling block. I'm also trying to keep an eye towards balance in terms of patterns across the 2-page spread, icons across the 2-page spread, and so on and so forth. So that's how I go about finishing up the decorative elements. Now it's time for that interactive element, which I mentioned. If you notice on my layout, I only have 9 journaling spots here, but I told you I had 10 reasons why I love Load. So I am building up this interactive pullout for my 10th reason because my page just did not fit that many photos. So I'm going to make it work. So I took 2 journaling cards, I adhered them together to make a much longer spread, both for decoration and for function, so that it would have space to slide in and out of that journal pocket that I'm going to create without falling off and getting lost. So then I'm going to add my 10th number here, and I thought I'd be able to just fit my number and my photo right onto that pullout. There's not enough room, so I'm adding yet another interactive element here. I took another journal card that has a theme on there that will work. I've scored it so that it can lift a flap. And then when you lift that flap, you'll be able to see the number underneath, and then I will adhere the photo to the flap. And I'm going to add a little tab element onto that flap so that it's obvious that you need to lift it. And again, because I used that pattern paper, which is a new paper to this layout, I did want to include that on another area of the layout, so I added some of that to my title area. Now here's where I create the pocket. These are just scraps of cardstock out of my stash, and I lay my pullout element where I want it to go, and then I just adhere the cardstock down to give it room to slide. And oh, here I was making it slide smoother. Some of the elements were getting stuck, so I put some tape on the back of it to make it slide smoother. Now we are ready to build this interactive element into the page protector. So I lay it down where it's going to fit in the page protector, use a permanent marker to mark around the edges of the slide out, and then I put a piece of foam inside my page protector and push down with a retracted ballpoint pen on those pin marks. And then I use a little craft cutting mat and my cutting blade to slice in between those indentations. And this is a trick I learned from Alice, who runs the Scrap Happy and offers the Load Challenge. And these steps help prevent your page protector from tearing out from the movement of manipulating that card in and out. And I check to make sure everything is smooth and working fine. And then my layout is done. I got a lot going on this page, you guys, and I'm happy at how much stuff I got in here while still trying to maintain balance, visual separation of these elements, a fun interactive bit. So I hope you got something useful out of this video. There's lots of gems in there. If you did, please do give me a like because that does help my channel. Thanks for joining me, and I will be back on Friday with a mixed media layout. I hope you'll come back then.